David, happy second opening day.
Well, thank you very much.
It was about a year ago when you and Charm City Partners and your consortium of folks took over the Orioles. What have you learned in the last year?
I've learned baseball is more complicated than I once thought, but it also can be more enjoyable than I thought. So I've had a really good time, and now I'm very optimistic about our future this year.
This is a city that you grew up in. It was your home for a long time. To be able to rekindle in a way your connection to Baltimore, how has it changed? And how personal has this been for you?
Well, Baltimore's a smaller city population-wise. When I was growing up, it was 930,000 people. Now it's about 630,000, so it's smaller. It now has different demographics than before. But I realized a lot of my friends when I was growing up didn't move away, so now I've seen many of them. Again, I've rekindled friendships from 60 years ago. I had one person contact me who was in my sixth grade class, hadn't seen her since sixth grade. And so it's been fun, and I get to take my friends to the baseball games from time to time, so it's been enjoyable.
We're standing in front of the scoreboard here, over our shoulder, an expanded splash zone or bird bath this year. What else can fans expect that is new to the ballpark experience in 2025?
Well, we have a different food approach. We have some opportunities for people to buy food at discounted rates this year, so that should be good. We have a sound system that's going to be much better. And we also have moved the left field wall in a bit, so we think we'll see more home runs from some people who are good right-hand hitters. So we think we're in pretty good shape.
Year for you where you hired a lot of new staff members. It's a process that's been ongoing for a long time. The baseball side of operations with Mike Elias and Brandon Hyde, you've been very praiseworthy of. How about the folks you brought in and the energy they brought to this team? What can you say about the changes that have been made on the business side?
Well, we hired Katie Griggs to run our business operations, and she's brought in a lot of really talented people who are now just starting. Many of them just started. And so we think our business side will be as good as our on-the-field performance. And so that'll really help, I think, the fans, because we'll be able to serve the fans a lot better with the business sides being enhanced.
What has it been like for you to be the celebrity owner, the guy who people want selfies from, the guy who people want hats from? How's that played out?
Well, I would say it's a little bit surprising because I keep telling these 8-year-old boys my signature isn't very worth much, and I really don't think you should get my signature, get a player's signature, but rather than have a big argument with an 8-year-old, I just signed the thing. It's surprising because I've been in the business world for a long time. I've been reasonably well known in Washington, but people don't come up for selfies or autographs all the time there, so it's different. It's enjoyable, but I hope I can do it for a while.
Is it still strange to you at all that people want selfies and autographs?
It's a little surprising, particularly because I know all of my faults, and I realize people shouldn't want my autographs, but anyway, they do.
Mike Elias is somebody you called the best general manager in baseball, and you got the job. You've worked with him closely for a year now. How have you seen Mike be able to work with you and be able to improve this team?
Mike is very analytical. He knows what he's doing. I think all the other people of his kind of position, general managers, have really great respect for him. He knows every player inside out in baseball, and he knows the analytics of everybody, and he's got a really good team of people who know the analytics of baseball. So I'm very pleased with him, and I'm sure he's going to be here for a long time.
Some changes you mentioned that have been made to the ballpark this year. I know there are a lot more in the works. What sort of preview can you give fans of what's to come in the next few years at Camden Yards?
Well, in the off-season, coming up off-season, we will really do the bulk of what we're going to do to fix the stadium or enhance. Remember, the stadium is more than 30 years old, so it needs some enhancements. We'll fix the clubhouse, make it much more inviting to the players. We'll have better dugouts. We'll have more fan experiences that'll be enhanced in terms of clubhouse experiences where fans can get food and drink in a better, hospitable way, I'd say. The scoreboard will be much bigger and enhanced. We have some limitation on how big we can make it, but it'll be a much better scoreboard. A lot of things that we didn't have 30 years ago we'll now have. And I think people, when they come here at the end of the rehabilitation, will realize that this is now the best stadium in baseball.
What do you want this team to mean to the city of Baltimore?
I think that this team is more important to this city than any other baseball team is to its city. The Dodgers are a great team, but LA has many other things. Baltimore doesn't have as many things going for it as LA has or as New York has. So I think for the DNA of this city, the Orioles are a really important part of the fabric of it. And I think it's really in the blood of a lot of people in this city that the Orioles do well, they're going to be happier.
Are there any surprising or interesting ways you've realized the connection this team has to its fans in its city over the past year?
Well, just anytime I go in Baltimore, people are always talking about the Orioles. I can be making a speech at a synagogue, I can be making a speech at a church, I can be making a speech anywhere, and people come up and they are Orioles fans, lifelong season ticket holders. It's amazing to me how many people care so much about the Orioles. So that's been very gratifying.
Before we let you go, we're a couple of weeks away from your bobblehead day.
Yes, to my surprise, on April the 19th, we're going to give away, I think it's 20,000 bobbleheads that are designed to look like me. I don't know if it really looks like me. I'm surprised anybody thinks a bobblehead of me would be worth anything. But anyway, I doubt that my children will want it.
Well, somebody will want it. Somebody will be very happy. And if not, you'll have 18 or 19,000 extras.
Well, next time we'll have a bobblehead of you.
Maybe 1 to 25 more years. We'll see. David,
Okay,
thank
thanks
you.
a lot. My pleasure.
Happy opening day.